So this week we talk about heat and how important it is, especially during the winter. And that means from the agitator to inside the boat and what you have to do to keep up with it. And we're laughing about the stink mop and the love guru. Because we're visiting friends finishing up this video, and my wife here thinks it's hilarious.
Stink.
So we're gonna carry on, and make you see this video, and my wife might finish laughing before the end of it.
There you go.
Well, remember in our last episode, we were cutting this with a chainsaw. Well, this is how long it lasted. 2 weeks?
If that.
So, while we still had ice all the way to the back of the boat, decided to fix the seam here. Might as well use it, right? So, before I start cutting too much ice, I'm going to go fix the seam on the other side.
Don't you dare fall through.
And also, you get to learn that any string that comes off of your belly strap or anything gets to bang on the boat because there's ice that sticks to it.
Yeah, that's most obnoxious.
So,
Makes me think of being at anchor and dragging and thumping on the rocks. It's not what I want to hear at 2 a.m. And there's Garfy Garf trying to play with you.
yeah. Well, this is our dedicated ice.
De-icer.
So,
Be
if
careful.
I get lucky, I don't go swimming.
Let's hope you don't. Oh. Five-minute job. Senior Garfield is exploring the snow for the first time. Come on, Nugget. Meow, meow, meow. Nuggy. Hi, baby. Hi. What you doing? Ooh.
They are.
I see my littles getting on the bus like that, and I'm like, it almost looks like they should be walking like this.
I'm like, there's 3 on the bus now. Did you poop one out this morning? And he's like, no.
Beautiful day, using that rainforest.
Walk your knees, then you won't fall.
Can't get any better.
Ooh, careful. Ooh.
Now, you just saw us talking about the S-bar, or the Chinese version of it. I'll put mine right here, or a link to what we got. Now, if ever you were wondering if it was good enough, if it lasted, if it's easy install, the answer is yes. It's so easy. It was one of the first things we installed on this boat.
Disclaimer though, it works well for us. It may not work well for other people. We've been lucky though.
Yes, we've had it on this boat since the day we moved on to this boat, and this is the second winter. We usually have a complete spare unit with us in case. You know, I have had an issue with the fuel pump. If you wanted to buy a fuel pump, it's like 25-30 bucks again on Amazon, but I had a complete kit, so I just installed that one. I'm gonna say after about a year and a half of using our original kit, the fan in it the bearings decided to make some noise, so we replaced the actual heating unit. but I kept the old one. Then, actually no, that was the issue. I think one of the biggest issues is where we passed the heating ducts in the bathroom. They seems to get knocked around a bit because of putting stuff, you know, like air products and cleaning products that we have, and then it gets knocked around, and then, you know, the pipes get loose and it doesn't shoot air anymore by this outlet. But apart from that, it's been working like a top. Again, for $200, $189 on Amazon, I would not go without. And you know, the regular price for a D5 or a D8, you're looking at $5,000. So for the 189 bucks, even if you have to buy two for one as a spare, who cares? It's not even a tenth of the price of the original. And it works as good, if not better, because the original shuts off when it reaches temperature. This one doesn't. So it stays to at the minimum that it can stay at to stay lit. And because of that, on warmer days, you can leave the hatch open and the boat still stays nice and warm, gets rid of the humidity, gets rid of the condensation, gets rid of everything. So because I have installed the original in other boats for customers, and yeah, you know, sometimes people have the money for the original and say they don't want the trouble. Who am I to judge? You know, to each his own on that one. They do last longer. I've seen them last up to 7 or 8 years without maintenance. Again, these people don't live on board. They use it in the spring and the fall, or chilly nights in June here in Canada. So, you know, to each his own, I guess, on that one. So I will show you my install that I did. Now, because we ordered 2 kits, we have 2 fuel tanks, and that gives us independency for, if it's from 0 to -10, we're good for 4 to 5 days on a full tank, on full tanks, and at -15 and under, it's 2 days, and it stays like that. Anything above 0, and we're just trying to kill humidity, those 2 tanks will last us a week easily. So, you know, if we're, again, you know, going around and we hit, we decide to cross the Atlantic and it gets, you know, cold in November or whatever, the nice part about this is it doesn't matter if you're heeled over 20 degrees or if you're just, you know, getting rocked in waves. This system's going to work either way, and that's the beauty of it. There's no fire on board. There's no, you know, like actual fire. There's no propane burning. It's fuel. So, you know, worst comes to worst, if there's a line that breaks or something, yeah, you do get fuel in the bilge, but fuel is not very combustible compared to gas, propane, and wood. You know, like you have a wood stove and heeled over 20 degrees. I'm not too sure how good that worked unless you have it on a gimbal, and then I can't even fathom how you do the exhaust on it or the chimney. So thanks, guys, and I'll just show you where it's installed and how it's installed, and that'll be the end of that one. This is what I was mentioning about the dual tanks. And if you look up in here, that's where the heater is on the platform, and the exhaust comes out here and goes out the back. And we insulated it so it wouldn't melt anything, and it works awesome. And there's my autopilot too.
Cup of coffee. You're already recording. It's too early. None of this.
So what's the temperature in the boat?
22.
So outside it's -10 or somewhere around there.
It's about -15 this morning.
-15.
About that.
So this is the inside of our boat at -15 degrees. We woke up about an hour ago, maybe an hour and a half.
About 2 hours. You're sleepy.
Yeah. So this is, you know, we have a Chinese S-bar bought off of Amazon there for pretty much
Pennies.
dirt cheap.
Yeah,
Pennies on the...
I should say peanuts, not pennies.
Yeah, well, pennies on the dollar compared to the real ones.
Yeah.
And, you know, it actually works. It was minus 30 not too long ago, and
We were nice and toasty.
it was still 22 degrees.
Yep.
Now, if you guys want to see, we actually have an outlet right there, and there's another one.
In Kieran's room.
Kieran's room, which is right there. Now, this makes it...
And every time we take a video of the inside of the boat, we've been lazy and haven't done any cleaning.
Yes, don't pay attention to the mess. We do live aboard.
It doesn't matter. You should have made the bed. Dishes should be done.
No will.
Watching a little bit of Uma. Trying to wake up.
Yes.
Gotta get started on our day.
And yeah, keeps us nice and warm. So
Just nice and
I think that
cozy.
was one of the best purchases we ever done.
Oh, yeah.
No electric heat on board at all, pretty much.
No.
And we just
I don't
need...
even know where we put that at this point.
Yeah. So just wanted to touch base and make sure that everybody understood. We're nice and cozy.
We're nice and toasty cozy in here. Everyone keeps asking, is you cold on the boat? Yeah. It's usually 22, 23, 24 degrees in here. It's nice
Yeah,
and cozy.
and it's only 22 degrees because we want it to be 22, or we could have it even hotter.
You normally want it at 25, and I'm just dying
Yeah.
of heat and start opening.
Well, that's because we don't usually wear much clothes in the boat either.
Well, that would be you.
Yeah,
Speak
yeah.
for yourself.
Okay.
Speak for yourself. Oh, yeah.
So,
Cozy. Gotta get started on our day, though. We got lots to do today.
okay, so let's start.
Happy, son?
So, next week, we're going to talk about how we get power and how we have backup of that power in a few forms, just to make sure that the bubbler and the heat won't stop. Because if either one of them stop, I think that's when we're going to get in deep trouble. And as you can see here, these are some of the batteries that we use every once in a while. During the winter, you do have to upkeep them. And of course, we also have solar panels, generator, and so on. So please stay tuned. And here's what we do to, or here's what I do to keep myself busy during the winter. Drive one of these after a couple of snowstorms to help out a buddy.